Welcome back, everyone. Another day of coffee with the commish. Coming off a 2-0 day yesterday, our third play, DeMar DeRozan, he got ruled out shortly before tip-off, so just avoided ticket right there. So 2-0 day, back in the win column, profitable now 14 of the last 18 days overall. Going to jump back into it right now. We got three more plays for today. I will share my screen. 9-game slate. Today, we got two games on the East Coast starting out with Cleveland and Washington. The first spot that we are going to attack today is actually this Indiana-Miami game at 7:30. We have, for the Miami Heat, Kyle Lowry and Victor Oladipo out tonight. If we go to Miami, we can see that Bam Adebayo gets a nice little increase in usage and has had some good success with these two guys out of the lineup this season. We'll wait for it to load really quick. Comes up, you can sort by usage. This is with Court IQ. Adebayo has a 1.6% increase in usage. You can see in these situations, he is averaging 24.5 points a game, over 11 boards as well. It's a good spot for him. The volume has not quite been there. So just to show you guys, like I'm looking at the same stuff that you are, it does not look great, right? A lot of red on this screen at this market number. But if you go look down here, Indiana has really struggled to defend opposing centers as of late. Each of these guys has hit the over on their points prop released against the Indiana Pacers. If we look at why that is happening, we can pull up the last month of opponent zone data for the Indiana Pacers. They're allowing a ton of shots in the paint, 29th out of 30 teams. So you can think about that second most shot attempts allowed in the restricted area span. They're also allowing a pretty decent opponent field goal percentage in that span as well. And if you look at where Bam Adebayo takes the vast majority of his shot attempts from on the season, he's averaging a little over 15 shot attempts per game. And you can see you can add up 6 and 7.7. 13.7 of those shot attempts are coming either in the restricted area or in the painted area. So I think this is a great spot for Adebayo. I think he's going to have a nice night shooting the basketball. Should see a little bit increased efficiency relative to what he's been putting up lately. So first play, Bam Adebayo, over 21.5 points. You can grab that over at FanDuel. Second spot we're going to go to tonight, we have the San Antonio Spurs going to Canada to play the Toronto Raptors in this spot. Pascal Siakam going over 29.5 points plus assists. You can get that over on DraftKings. We can look into this a little bit further right here for you, and it's a little bit of a similar story to what we're seeing with Adebayo. It's not, if you just filter on all, it's not the best hit rate overall. There's a decent amount of red. It's just a little over 50%. If you take it the last 30, it's below 50%, and the last 10, only 3 out of 10. However, when you factor in this matchup here against the Spurs, they've been near the bottom of the league in pretty much every defensive metric as of late. Last 30 days, they're 30th in defensive efficiency, 30th in opponent field goal percentage, 30th in three-point field goal percentage, and 20th in opponent free throw attempts allowed per game. Siakam, even though he has not cleared this number at a particularly high rate overall this season, he has been pretty good at hitting the over here at home. 14 out of 22 home games on the season. When he's had 2 days rest, small sample size, but he has gone over this 3 or 4 times in some pretty favorable matchups against Atlanta, Indiana, and Sacramento. I had 25 in the one miss, so didn't miss it by a whole lot in that spot. So Siakam over 29.5 points plus assists. I think he has a pretty good night tonight against a San Antonio defense that has just proven time and time again that they're a good team to fade on the market. Third spot we're going to go to is actually just the assist for our man Fred VanVleet. You can get this line at 7.5 without the juice. Personally, I just prefer to grab the 6.5, and I'll show you guys why here in a second. Fred lands at 7 a very significant amount of the time. We can pull up Edge House as well. You can see there's a lot of 7s in here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 different times he's landed on 7 just in the last 17 games. If you grab it at 6.5, he's hit that number in 13 of the last 17. The 76.5% hit rate in that span far outweighs the implied odds on the minus 140 juice if you go over to PointsBet and you grab that line. It's also playable odds as of right now on FanDuel as well. Big thing with Fred, since January 4th, again, 13 out of 17 games, he's hit this. If you look at his potential assist in that span as well, we can pull this over. Since January 4th, Fred is averaging over 7 assists a game, 13.2 potential assists per game, clearly leading the team in both metrics tonight, facing a San Antonio Spurs team that ranks 28th in opponent assists per game across the last 30 days. In Fred's most recent game, the last one that we took him at when he played the Sacramento Kings on Sunday, he had a whopping 20 potential assists in that game. And again, if you remember from a previous video, we talked about this ratio is between 50 and 55% on a consistent basis. So 20 potential assists should convert to roughly 10 or 11 actual assists. Fred doesn't need 20 potential assists tonight to get to 7 assists. If he has even 14, I really like his chances tonight against a really poor San Antonio defense. So just to recap, first play that we're going with tonight, we're going to go Bam Adebayo over 21.5 points over at FanDuel. Second play, Pascal Siakam over 29.5 points plus assist. Grab that over at DK. And then Fred VanVleet over 6.5 assists. Exact same read pretty much that we had a couple days ago and cashed on him against Sacramento. Over 6.5 assists over at PointsBet. If you want to avoid the juice, you can get it over 7.5 at a couple of different books. Personally, I like the over 6.5, especially because VanVleet has hit exactly 7 a decent number of times. Those are 3 looks again for tonight. If you guys are on anything else, please just let me know in the comments. Again, appreciate all the support. Over 50 subscribers. We haven't even done 5 videos yet. Really looking forward to just continuing to create content, hopefully continuing to provide winners for everyone. Best of luck on all your action today. Hopefully we'll get back on camera tomorrow and we'll have another winning slate to recap. All right, see you guys.